Hello, Master. This is David. It's been a long time since I last spoke with you. Um, around that last trade that I sent you, basically I was just winning and losing. So I know that I needed to set some time aside and figure out what was happening. So I want to make this video here just to give you an update on some of the latest trades that I've been taking and how I've been applying this strategy after watching all of those videos. It was in the videos that I found out where basically I needed to improve. I knew that I needed to work on my patience. I knew that my analysis needed some development. Um, then I also realized that I needed to backtest the new learnings and get a control of my emotions and obviously ultimately end up finding the proper RFX entries. So I've just been doing all of that in the background, all of that work and developing my patience and obviously the trading plan. Per your guidance, I've just been working on a demo account and I'm only going to go live after you give me that green light. So um, currently, what I'm looking at with my trading plan is basically I trade what I see. At least I'm doing one-to-ones, risk reward, uh, trailing if I can, or swinging. It just all depends on what I'm seeing the market wants to provide. So this video again, it's just going to show the results of my learning and my development, and I'm just going to go through every trade here that I've been taking for um, since I really started planning everything out and looking, after watching all of your videos and planning my trades accordingly. And the other thing you should know is that I am doing my analysis on Trader's Way. However, I will be executing on AAFX, at least in this video here. Uh, so I started with $100 account, and uh, let's go back to AAFX actually. Started back in May, so it's been some time, um, but I just wanted to enter on, take my time, no haste, really apply what I've been learning in the videos. So I started with $100, and my first trade was GBP NZD. So let's go into that on Trader's Way so I can show you the setup. GBP NZD. Go to D1 for directional bias, and the trade was right around here. So basically what I'm doing is going to D1 to notice a key level, and it's key because previously the market has respected that. It kind of fell all the way past that point, or I'm sorry, after hitting that key area. It tried to go up again, went down, and then it started becoming bullish again. Goes up to that level, creates a bearish engulfing. I switch down to H4, and I see a neckline form, breakout, and retest. That's the end of the analysis on GBP NZD. So I switch over to AAFX, GBP NZD. That trade on this broker looks like so. I have the first top, second top. I have the breakout, retest, and entry. My entry on this broker came out to be right around here, um, and I was anticipating just a one-to-one, and so the market actually went straight down to that and past that some. So that was good. Let's see the damage on that. Since it was what happened there? Since it was a one-to-one trade, the account went from about 100 to about $209 with these three positions of 0.05. So the next trade is GBP CAD. I will go to the chart, And on GBP CAD, the account was sitting now at 209, and with this setup that I saw, it went to 250. I manually closed this trade, but I'll just walk through the process here. So basically, I saw what looked like a double top starting to form. Is one top, neckline, second top on D1 at a key level. The key level was respected previously, as you can see, and the market was on D1 shooting up towards that level, created a double top on that level, at that level, and as soon as this candle closed, I switched down to H4, and saw this. So I created the RFX trend line, and I switched over. That's the end of the analysis there. So I'll go to GBP CAD on the broker, and on the broker it looked like this. And first top, second leg, breakout, retest, entry here, and it started going down, began to consolidate, and shot down. I moved my stop loss from here to about here at that point, break even. And the market shot down even further, went up, came back down. Oh, I should say, I anticipated the market coming out to around this area here. So consolidated, went down. Actually, it just barely touched the TP, and I think I wasn't around my computer at the time. It went up, and it came down again to that area, and I missed it again. I should have really just closed it out at that low area because that's where I was anticipating. But um, I held on, and the market then started consolidating upward. Well, it started consolidating and then moving up, and it was around this time that you gave a signal actually for GBP CAD to be bullish. And I kind of freaked out. It was at the beginning of learning how to put all these things together, all of these different aspects of the strategy together, and I just freaked out. And of course, you said it was rising, so I just said, you know what, let me just close this out, which is a shame because look at that. It wasn't much profit, and I was already risk-free, so I didn't need to manually close it. Um, After waiting all this time, and then you know what the market does. It goes up to that point and then ultimately just crashes down to where I previously had anticipated. Nonetheless, all good because I was risk-free with this trade, GBP CAD. So that was, let's see, GBP CAD. Yeah, like I said, I ended up going from about 209 to 250 on that trade. Next one was NZD USD. Let's go to the chart. NZD USD D1. Okay, so I saw a key level. I noted this key level. It's been respected. It's been playing around that area, and that the D1 trend was overall bullish up to that point, and it created then a bullish engulfing. I'd switched down at this point, but there wasn't anything that looked like a double top, so I just waited. Sure enough, it got canceled out, and then it dropped, and that was creating a beautiful bearish engulfing candle right at the key level. So I switched down to see if there was anything worth an entry, and I drew my trend line, breakout, retest. Here's the first leg. Here's the second leg. Breakout, retest, and entry after that candle. So from there, that's the end of the analysis. NZD USD. I go over to place the entry on my broker, NZD USD, and it looks like this on my broker. So my entry came out to about right here, and I anticipated the exit to be about here, which was a total of about 100 pips. And with the bearish engulfing, such a strong bearish engulfing at that key level, as we saw on D1, sure enough, the market just shot down. And this was a great trade because the take profit level was pretty spot on with where the market decided to turn just a touch. So that was a trade I was very proud of, very happy that that moved as quickly as it did. NZD USD. And that trade, I went from $209 to 419. So it was about 1 to 1 on NZD USD. So the next one was AUD, AUD NZD. Let's look at the market. AUD NZD, go to D1. Okay, so I spotted this key level here. The market has been respecting that area, and it was also very bullish going up to that level. So I saw this I saw this engulfing candle form right here, but there wasn't anything juicy enough just yet forming on H4. And then I saw that it basically went up to that level, came down to create basically a neckline. It came back up to that level and started to drop. So at the close of this D1 candle, I basically switched over to H4 and saw first leg, second leg, breakout, retest. That was the end of the analysis. So AUD NZD, I was ready for the trade on this one. Breakout, retest, entry. So my entry was around here on the broker, and this line, let's move this line out the way. This line here was where I ended up exiting, I believe. Yeah, I exited there, manual close, which is great because the market shot up after that point. But I spotted this as a level, and I looked further down on lower time frames to see that it was starting to turn. So I just decided to close out there. It was a 1 to 1 anyway. The account had doubled at that point, and I saw it starting to turn, so I just manually closed that one. That was AUD NZD. So you can see that one netted me a good amount. I went from 460 to 870. So basically doubling the account. The next one was NAS. And NAS, I basically got stopped out on this one, but nevertheless, I will show you what I did. And I'm also not exactly happy with how this setup looked, but um, nevertheless, like I said, I'll just go through it here. So there was a key level I had recognized. Let's see how far back I had to go. Yeah, the market has just been respecting this level here. You can see. And it started becoming bullish toward that level right up here. And when I saw this candle, although it wasn't a proper bullish engulfing, I said, let me switch down to what's happening on H4 just to take a look. And what I saw was this neckline and second top basically forming. First top, second top. So with the RFX trend line, the entry looked like it could happen and take me pretty far, but we'll see. It was a breakout, a retest. My analysis ended at that point, and I decided to switch over and risk the account, which, by the way, that's what I've been doing, just risking 100%, calculating from the entry to the um, 10, 10 pips away from the second leg. I calculate out how many pips and how much money would equal the balance of the account between the stop loss and the entry. And that's how I calculate how much I'm going to risk on a trade. So this one goes, you see the first leg, the second leg. Um, this is what the RFX trend line looks like. Breakout, retest, entry. My entry was actually around here because it wicked up to retest that trend line. So my entry came out here, the market started moving down. I moved my stop loss from up here to break even. And my anticipated take profit was down here. But the market had other plans and took me out, which is okay. That's the name of the game. That's how it goes. Um, and nevertheless, let's see. I was stopped out, but the account at that time was sitting at 870, and it went up a little bit to 915. So that's cool. Um, then AUD, NZD was the next one. Let's look at the analysis. AUD, NZD, daily. This bottom one is what I'm looking at. So um, I saw that this was a level that the market was respecting previously, and it was bearish at the time, and it got to this level and started to form a double top, or I'm sorry, a double bottom on H4, and you'll see that here. This is the first bottom and the second leg, and the RFX trend line is about there. So I had a breakout, a retest, and that was the end of the analysis. And I go to AAFX on H4. There's a trend line, the two legs, breakout, retest. My entry came out to be about here. And I was actually looking for take profit to be around here. And with this one, the market went down. At that point, I had moved my stop loss from 10 pips below the right leg to break even. The market then it wicked up, as you can see, it wicked pretty high, and then it just took me out. And I understand why it did that. On higher time frames, there was no bearish engulfing, no actual rejection of that key level. So that's why it took me out, which is okay. I now understand what's happening with the markets in a way that if I had come in on this, basically a second leg of the daily double bottom. Oops, sorry, excuse me 1 second. So my sound is messing with me. 1 second. get this properly connect. So like I was saying, on D1, if I had waited for that double bottom to form on D1, I mean, it was a perfect setup there at that key level. That would have been a more successful trade. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. Of course, the market goes up to touch where I'd previously anticipated that it would go. It's all good. AUD, NZD. That was here. Yeah. AUD, NZD. And the account was at $915 and it went up to $979. So got a little change there. And then the next and last trade of this on this video was Euro GBP. So let's go to that chart. T1. Okay. This was an excellent trade as well. Saw this key level that the market has respected. It's been playing around that area. And I also saw that the market started to rise toward it and created a bullish engulfing candle right here. Or I'm sorry, bearish engulfing candle. Although terminology, they both serve the same purpose, as I understand. Switched on to H4. I saw this double top here, and it was not correlated, so I didn't feel comfortable taking this trade because I saw that the other pairs just were not saying the same thing. So I actually sat out of that and waited for maybe something more promising to come about, more correlated as well. And it was at this point that I said, okay, looks like we have a double top forming. It's more of a triple top, but yeah, it's good enough for me. So I did a breakout retest. That's the analysis. I switch over to my broker, and on the broker it looks pretty much the same. Breakout retest. My entry was around here, and my take profit was set to this level here, and the market shoots down just past that and started to consolidate. But I was happy with this. This was just a one-to-one trade as well. And so that left the account, it went from $979 to $2,085. So very, very happy with the progress that I've made on this account. Basically, took an account from $100 to the final number you see there, 2,085.55. So I think that's what 2,000%. And obviously, I'm very happy with the results of my application of the strategy, and seeing that all of the time that I spent watching the videos is finally paying off. It's just exciting. So now I finally know, what I'm looking for. Just waiting for it, how to wait for it, the patience that I have now, what lot sizes to use, and when to exit, how to move my stop loss. So I'm just really, really grateful for this skill that you have imparted in me and what you're doing really in the world. Your videos are on YouTube, and you've created this group. It's been an awesome journey, seeing everyone grow, and finally seeing myself grow in this process. So I'm gonna continue to grow this account. Obviously, there's no end to what we can do here, and obviously, I'm waiting for your okay to move me to lesson 5, and until then, I will keep growing this account. So hopefully I will hear from you soon, and take care. Thank you, Master.